Hi there, and welcome to She Spice. Beyonce and Jay-Z have reliably been the focal point of consideration since they started their relationship. Several have been drenched in a persistent stream of discussions with hypotheses about their relationship, whirling around them, and apparently Beyonce has arrived at a limit with all the show. Purportedly, she is presently assuming control over issues, venturing forward to focus on all that it appears to be that the steadfast guard Beyonce once accommodated her significant other, could as of now not be the case this time she is reputed to address an alternate matter completely. We should begin with Jay supposedly controlling everything in the industry in an amazing disclosure that has resounded through the music business and caught public attention. Numerous specialists have, as of late, advanced cases of uncovering a stealthy code supposedly employed by Jay-Z to have a significant impact on the world. They propose that Jay-Z's comment is capable of commanding different features of the business alongside his effect. Past its limits, it can be credited to a mind-boggling organization of baffling mathematical associations. While these statements might seem eccentric, they have lit up intense hypotheses and conversations, provoking a closer assessment of the hidden elements that could possibly add to Jay-Z's obvious territory over an expansive range of domains. Maybe that is the thing Kanye West was alluding to here. I know how to make wonderful things, yet that is not what I'm here to do. I'm here to endlessly break the asphalt with a surprising revelation. The thought has been raised that Jay-Z may be utilizing a secretive code implanted in numbers to pass undercover messages on through his music. This idea goes back to an old technique for examining numbers, known as numerology, as well as a Jewish custom called gatria, wherein letters are related to mathematical qualities. Through this training, words and expressions can hold on to disguised implications in light of their doled-out numbers, likened to a riddle that a chosen handful can unravel the energy that lies in the numbers that compare to each letter. This leads us to contemplate whether Jay-Z, known for his snappy verses, is really implanting further messages by utilizing these techniques. The fascinating part is that when Jay-Z delivered a melody called 444, it grabbed the eye of numerous VIPs, and they began discussing it in shocked and quiet tones. This goes with our question of whether the decision of the number 444 has exceptional importance, or on the other hand, if it's simply an irregular decision. Each of these adds to the secret encompassing Jay-Z's impact in the music business, as well as in different parts of the world. No doubt individuals begin calling me it. I see Jay-Z's notable relationship with the number 4 has been recognized for a long time. However, Kanye's new explanation could suggest a more significant importance all through his profession. Kanye has reliably shown a propensity to dive into subjects that spin around disguised insights and idle powers. This newly discovered disclosure about Jay-Z possibly utilizing complex codes in his music lines up with Kanye's proclivity for investigating the significant and secret features of our reality. It's like Kanye's journey to uncover deeper implications has driven him to uncover a layer of interest underneath Jay-Z's music and his inclination for explicit numbers, guiding us into a domain where insider facts and imagery unpredictably interlace. You should definitely no doubt believe it's simply because of the date you realize it wasn't actually and that is the reason it moved with such ease. If you like that number, better believe it. The meaning of the number 4 takes on added importance while considering symbols like Michael Jackson, who additionally embraced its impact, assuming the Lord of the Rings himself perceived the expected force of numerology. It appears to be just normal that somebody like Kanye, profoundly drenched in the realm of music and driven by the mission for deeper implications, would be enraptured by the charm of numbers. This thought presents an entrancing duality. The IDE believes that powerful figures, however forming societies, patterns, and cultural standards, could track down direction in something as baffling as numerology. The confusion lies in the likelihood that, behind their outward impact, there exists a secret embroidery woven by the strings of these elusive mathematical codes. That is something that just, hit me like a hunch. However, at that point, I'll peruse data about it subsequently about the power of the number 7, consummation, and the God number. Kanye's captivation with the number 7 fills in as a disclosure, offering an entrancing look into his own domain, while at the same time welcoming us to dig into the hidden aspects of Jay-Z's presence. The impact of numbers, whether grounded as a general rule or a saw, applies an extensive hang to the existence of prominent people. This prompts us to re-examine our thoughts of accomplishment and consider the vague powers that could drive these figures forward. Fundamentally, the force of numbers provokes us to reevaluate the elements of progress and the puzzler flows that might direct it. I knew a smidgen about it, and you realize I generally catch wind of sevens. I saw sevens. I went to Michael Jackson's file, and he had this large number of coats with a 777 on them, so it's not unexpected information that Jay-Z's Grammy wins alongside those of his better half. Beyoncé's great at establishing their status as major Grammy beneficiaries, with a direct center around Jay-Z. Kanye has communicated mounting dissatisfaction his interests have raised, driven by the conviction that Jay-Z's influence and arrangement could have added to Kanye's own Grammy disillusionments. There's kin. I realized that they tweeted or were messaging each other like he's offering codes while on his own way. Kanye turned out to be progressively persuaded that specific specialists got particular treatment. Inside the music business, he saw an unbalanced focus on Jay-Z's achievements, coincidentally lighting a feeling of contention in spite of the fact that Jay-Z's impact stayed unmatched. Kanye's determination stayed unshaken. He relentlessly voiced his worries about a treacherous framework, testing the laid-out standards in his steadfast pursuit. He figured out how to cut out an unmistakable spot for himself in the business. Remarkably, he uncovered a feature that adds to Jay-Z's ongoing power and influence, an association with numerology that generally adds to his unavoidable power in any event. When Jay-Z gave a smidgen of coats on 444, there's kin. I realized that they tweeted or were messaging each other like he's offering cods. Well, now the thought is being suggested that Beyoncé has won all these honors in view of supposed Jay-Z's control, and it was uncovered by, as a matter of fact, Rita Air. Rita Quality has uncovered the cost her legitimate debate with Jay-Z in 2015 took on, portraying it as a total implosion. During this time, she documented a claim against Jay-Z's record. Rock country is charging an absence of help for her profession. According to Quality, the underlying driver of the contention was Jay-Z's longing to have full oversight over each part of her expert choices, prompting a stressed relationship and significant individual difficulties for the craftsman I've been. I got marked when I turned 18, and I'm 21 now, and I never accepted individuals when they resembled show restraint, since I was so confounded in 2008. Rita combined her efforts with Jay-Z's record mark and disclosed her presentation collection. Emanation anyway, years after the fact that she started legitimate activity against the name-charging, disregard, and absence of help, authoritative reports featured the hopeless harm to the relationship with rock country. Luckily, California's regulation was planned to protect craftsmen from such difficulties as those faced by Rita with rock country in February 2016. Jay-Z's record name countered the cases by documenting a $2.3 million claim against Rita. The expectation was to set her free from the agreement and recover a portion of the speculations made in her profession. I just realized I needed to sing and be out, and I had some amas when this was my most memorable record, so when they got in touch with me, they incredibly resembled Rita. Stand by country stated that they marked Rita when she was as yet an obscure craftsman, emptying millions into her vocation under the condition that she would deliver 5 collections, as indicated by the agreement. Anyway, the name thought that they just got 1 collection. In her presentation in 2012, the claim meant to recover assets, with TMZ detailing that rock country looked for repayment for an expected $3.2 million and put resources into the promotion of her second LP. Whenever I first genuinely saw her dramatic, it was at the Cartier occasion in New York City to have that kind of stage. At last, the two parties arrived at a goal through an out-of-court settlement, stopping the lawful debate. Rita has since focused on the difficult period, uncovering that it prompted burnout. She communicated a huge loss of certainty during the fight in court, portraying it as a hard choice, but the only one she could make in spite of the strain. Rita stressed that her appreciation and regard for rock country stayed in one piece considering the partition. Rita shared that it was shockingly smooth and deferential, keeping away from the requirement for a court mediation, while she was unable to dive into explicit subtleties in light of multiple factors. She portrayed the division as one of the simplest she had encountered, and she depicted it as astounding anyway. Sources near the English vocalist proposed an aftermath with rock country because of Jay-Z's supposed craving to control each part of her life. These sources guarantee that Jay-Z planned to direct the tunes she sang, as well as her closet decisions instead of home, inferring a broad degree of control. This declaration lines up with past allegations against Jay-Z. Subscribe She Spice for more videos.